Hello there, welcome back to my home lister project. I've had a few questions about how the thing is connected up and how it works, so I'll just do a quick run through of some more details. This is a Lister 6.1 diesel engine. It will run on vegetable oil or diesel oil or even used car engine oil if it's cleaned properly. This particular one is hooked up to our house down in Brighton. It is a residential area, however we are next door to a rather large cemetery, so our neighbours are dead quiet and they don't hear us making a lot of noise with this machine. Right, it's combined heat and power, so the exhaust, which leaves the cylinder head here along this insulated pipe, goes into this swimming pool heat exchanger and then around up the pipe and out of the ceiling. The water from the heating system in the house is circulated through the heat exchanger, if you can see down there, across via this pump. This is a standard Grundfos heating pump. That's a 1550, which I painted green to match, through the pipework from the cylinder head and back out, and then it drops down two pipes that run to the house. They are basically connected via two valves straight into the main 22mm circulation pipes for the main heating system. It is pressurized, it is sealed, and because we sometimes run the generator in the summer and don't want the heat in the house, we have a separate expansion vessel to take up the expansion of the small circuit of the generator itself. This gold Spiravent air and dirt separator was put in basically just to eliminate any rubbish that floats about in the system, because I didn't want to contaminate the boiler in the house with any bits that may well have come off the generator. It's an original cylinder head from the 1950s. I did clean it as best I could before reassembling, but obviously there will be a little bit of scale and rubbish inside the head when you put it back together, so I didn't want that entering the home heating system. We've got isolation valves on the flow and return from the engine. That helps me when I need to take the head off, because I can just isolate this area, drain down the cylinder, drain down the head, and then the head can come off fairly easily and do the service. Fuel is stored in this big tank up here. That will be vegetable oil, and diesel is stored in this small tank here for starting and stopping the engine on a much thinner viscosity fuel. All the fuel passes through these pipes, which are wound around the exhaust pipe, so they get preheated. There's about 4 winds on each pipe, so actually the fuel comes out rather hot, and before it enters the filter mechanism here, and then out of this pipe into the pump, and then up to the cylinder head. It burns very cleanly. There's no smoke after the first 5 or 10 seconds. It does smoke for the first bit because it's on full load with these two huge flywheels to get moving. It puts a lot of effort in, so it does make a bit of smoke for the first few seconds. It's coupled up to 2 alternators. As you can see down there, there's a 230 volt AC alternator and a 12 volt DC alternator. Just down here you can see the battery voltage at 12.6 at the moment, because it's been on for ages and I haven't had the charger on. I just wanted to make sure that the batteries would hold a charge properly. I've got them on an Optimate system, which is supposed to keep the batteries up, but I've had one on my motorbike as well, and basically the battery was useless when I came to use the motorbike, so I'm not too sure that these Optimates are as good as they say they are. I'll switch it back on now, put it on to test, and leave that on, see if the voltage comes up. But obviously the batteries are okay, because they've held for 2 days now. They were at 13.2, they're now at 12.6, and it's running the volt display as well, so that's okay.